What is up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video of a Russian guy telling you all the real news coming out of inside of Russia. And you know what? A lot of people might think, what could possibly be crazier than what is going on in Russia right now? Well, you know what? With Russia, you get a lot of surprises. And the big, huge surprise, which a lot of people might not think is a huge surprise, is the fact that there are 12,000 soldiers that have entered Russia. Footage of North Korean soldiers in Russia has appeared on Telegram channels. This is the first video that could confirm reports of them being sent to war in Ukraine. This video has been circulating on pro-war Telegram channels. According to the publications, they show North Korean in Russian military base. This video was filmed in Primorsky Krai. South Korean intelligence reported on Friday that DPRK has sent 12,000 soldiers to Russia. So you can imagine right now that North Korea is going to be fighting for Russia in Ukraine. So this video has been filmed 200 kilometers away from the North Korean border at a Russian military base. You could have seen that there's a lot of North Korean soldiers. Now, I'm not 100% sure that those are the North Korean soldiers, but you know what? I doubt that some Russian military guy would be trying to record some hoax thing. And we got a little bit of proof about that those are the North Korean soldiers by this post over here. The Foreign Ministry of Russia in Vladivostok has posted something on their Telegram channel, which they removed a few hours after. Literally 4 hours later, you could see the message right here. It was posted on the 18th of October, 12:56, but it was removed on 18th of October, 16:41. South Korean Yonhap reported 30 minutes ago that 1,500 soldiers from the DPRK had already been deployed to Vladivostok. The second shipment is coming soon. And this is what they said. Scary? Update. According to the National Intelligence Service of South Korea, the transfer was carried out by 4 landing ships and 3 frigates of the Russian Pacific Fleet. Thus, ultimately, in their opinion, 12,000 fresh fighters from the DPRK may end up in the special military zone. Earlier, South Korean intelligence reported that Pyongyang supplied Russia with 6 million 152mm shells, while the entire European Union supplied Ukraine with just over 500,000. So we could see that definitely when Vladimir Putin was in Pyongyang, he signed a ratification treaty on comprehensive strategic partnership with North Korea. And that was the reason of him visiting North Korea, so he can get some help from one of the most democratic countries in the world, North Korea. So a bit of context from Ukrainian intelligence chief Kirill Budanov said on Friday that about 11,000 North Korean soldiers are being trained in eastern Russia, and the first unit of 2,600 soldiers will be sent to the Kursk region in November. On October 13, Zelensky also spoke out about the participation of North Korean citizens in the war. So right now we could see that North Korean citizens, North Korean military will be taking action in the Russian-Ukrainian war. What could this lead the world to? A complete disaster, guys. We got North Korea with Russia fighting with Ukraine. This is literally some Cold War stuff going around here. What do you guys think about this situation? Write down in the comment section, because I read every single comment, and I would love to know your opinion about this. This is really interesting, and this feels really scary. This is some really scary times we're living in right now, having North Koreans fighting for Russia or soon to fight for Russia. Unbelievable, because I doubt that this is some just ordinary military practice for the North Koreans. I'm pretty sure that the Russian president doesn't want to mobilize Russian citizens, and instead of that, he thought, why not go to one of the most democratic countries in the world, North Korea, and ask them for a few thousand soldiers to do some dirty work for him. I think Russia is going to become one of the most closed countries in the world as well, because partnerships with countries such as North Korea using their soldiers, you can imagine the sort of sanctions that are going to hit Russia right now if they do find North Koreans in Ukraine or anywhere around that place. You could see the huge problems that Russia is going to face in the future. This is the type of news that is very scary, and it's going to be bringing us to the brink of nuclear war. Now let's talk about something a bit funnier. You guys know BRICS, and Putin was the only leader at the opening of the BRICS Business Forum in Moscow. Yes, you could see an image right here. Wow, doesn't look like a lot of people wanted to come and visit Russia in the BRICS Forum opening. What's the point of being in BRICS if you don't go over there? I don't understand. But my guess, those leaders don't want to be seen in the BRICS opening inside of Moscow right now, because it could hold a lot of problems for their countries in the near future. Let me read this out to you. Vladimir Putin was the only world leader to speak in person at the plenary session of the BRICS Business Forum in Moscow. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian recorded a video message that were shown on screen. And interestingly enough, if we compare the South African Forum, we could see that all the leaders were there except Vladimir Putin. And in Russia, it's the whole different way around. We can compare the two images right here. You could see the Moscow meeting. You could see the South African meeting. Somebody is missing from both of them. In one of the images, you could see one person is missing, and in the other, everybody else except that one person who was missing in South Africa. Now, a bit about stories from inside Russia. In Russia, we obviously have taxis like Uber and stuff like that. It's called Yandex Taxi in Russia. And you can order it from your phone anywhere, the usual taxi apps. Well, when you take that taxi, you want to feel safe and comfortable and not think about anything scary. And the worst thing that can happen is getting one of those crazy drivers that will bring you to some dark alleyway and do God knows what to you. That is some very scary stuff. You don't want some serial killer or anything like that driving a taxi cab. Well, you know what? In Russia, something different has happened. Check out this image right here. This is Taxi in Volgograd. Good day, you're being served by a driver who participated in military operations in Northeastern Military District, which is basically Ukraine. Was wounded and concussed there. If the driver displays aggressive behavior and reacts harshly to your questions, we ask you to be understanding and not to provoke a conflict. For consultations and emergency situations, contact Yandex support service. Thank you for your understanding. So now in Russia, when you order a taxi, you might not be safe whatsoever getting in a taxi cab. Because look at this, all right? This guy has been fighting in Ukraine. He could have been some murderer that, instead of going to prison, has chosen to go and fight in Ukraine. After that, he got released and he thought, what should I do? So he decides to get himself a taxi job. What could possibly go wrong? And you know what? I'm taking the harshest part. Any person who has been in a war has PTSD. And imagine you're driving with a person like that literally just came out of a war zone, like he did not get any treatment or anything like that. In Russia, they don't really treat PTSD or anything like that, because going to a person that fixes you up like a therapist is not what Russians are used to. So you're getting in a car with a person who has PTSD, who literally, could be yesterday, came back from a war zone where he did God knows what. And now you have to be sitting quietly in the back of a taxi cab and pray that the guy will not hear a loud bang or something like that, get scared, something clicks in his head, and God knows what will happen. This is some really scary situations, and this is the new reality of Russia now. Russia is going to become one of the unsafest places right now because of this. Unbelievable. How could people take taxis now? I don't know. And this is in Volgograd. It's going to spread to Moscow, St. Petersburg, and all the other cities. We will just have to see how that works out. And I'm pretty sure soon enough, we're going to be seeing a lot of horrific stories coming from inside of Russia about what some taxi drivers have done. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please tell me, what do you guys think about the North Korean soldiers in Russia? What can it bring us to? What does this bring the world to? Do you think that this is going to be the second Cold War? Tell me in the comment section below. And while you're doing it, don't forget to hit the like button if you found the video informative. And if you enjoy those updates about the stories inside of Russia, might as well subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.